Do I just go? How am I doing? You know what? I've been very present as of lately. I'm starting to really realize the space that I'm in and where things can actually go. So my head is on really straight right now. I've been really focused. I've been really grateful and just really present because anything can happen at any moment. And sometimes we really get lost in the sauce of people talking or what we think people are saying. But right now, I'm just very focused, very grateful, and very present with everything that I'm doing and everything that I actually do. Intentional, 10 toes down. There were so many different things that were coming into play with who I felt I was as a person. I feel like, I was looking too much outward or looking for validation and, really worried about what other people thought or what these corporations think or what they want. And what I'm realizing too now in the space that I'm in, that it's all within me. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't be able to let other people shape that. When you doubt yourself in any way, it really sets you back. It really sets you back. And the thing is, too, what I'm learning in therapy is 80% of those thoughts that come into play are negative. But you got to know yourself enough to tell those voices and everything else around you to quiet down, Because if you don't, then you're going to live your life for other people. And can't do that anymore. It's 2025. So many different things are happening. Life is short. People are, transitioning in different ways. And it's ain't no time for that. It's go time. And the only go is to really believe in yourself and all of your capabilities. So that's what really switched it to me, where it's just I got to really, really hone in on the spirit that I have, the light that I have, the people that are around me, those who love me, and really focus on that. Everything else outside of that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's the hard part, because I think a lot of people don't understand, too, that, people who are in front of the camera, they also have a lot of life going on, too. When my father passed away, I was recording a show for the radio. I was on air. And I remember finding out as I was trying to record, and then I had a crazy breakdown. They had to drag me out of that studio. But you know what? My show still played that night. And nobody would even know that I was being dragged out of a radio station and screaming and crying for dear life to go see my father who just passed away. Whew. People who are always on also go through things, and I'm making a choice to be light for others because I've always wanted that for myself. So that is what allows me to be the light that I feel that I am, and that allows me to kind of separate whatever I'm feeling to spread joy, because you never know when somebody needs it. A simple smile, a simple inflection in your voice that allows somebody that is listening to you, knows that you're being present in that moment. A joke or just, whatever energy that you bring, it can shift so many things. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different times that I can recall that means so much to me that somebody has brought in, from a smile, from something that they said, from a hand gesture, from a hand on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So all of those little things matter, and I really try to be considerate of that, and I really try to be present in whatever moment that I'm in so that I'm not projecting whatever's happening in my life onto others. When you leave certain things at the door and you allow yourself a moment to reset, to refresh, to absorb the energy that's around you, especially if it's positive, you may leave lighter. You may leave with a message that actually helped you with whatever you left at the door. And I try to see things face on. You know what I'm saying? Instead of allowing whatever is impacting me outside to kind of dictate how I'm going to move or the work that I'm going to do. I'm a very hard worker. I've not only just been working like this since I've been in this space of music, radio, or being a media personality. I've always been a hard worker. Since I worked at the motherfucking mall, you could ask about me. You know what I'm saying? It was always that. And when you're dealing with people and you're putting energy out into the world, you just really got to be considerate of what you're doing, what you're saying, who you're talking to, the energy that you're putting out there, because other people are going through their shit too. And you don't want to negatively impact that. I feel like it's always been the mission just without me even knowing, because I always was taking into consideration how I wanted to be treated, how I wanted to feel. And when people would project those negative things onto me, I realized how much it hurted me. Or, in certain instances when I needed love, maybe from a stranger or anybody in the room, and wasn't getting it, I just knew that, okay, so my mission is to be exactly what I need in that moment for others. You never know. Now, I ain't always that cute and sweet. I have an armor around me too, but I don't lead with that. I try to lead with the love that I've always wanted and the love that I feel too, because anything that you want or that you see for yourself is something that you can get, or is something that exists in this world. So don't ever ignore that feeling. You just got to be that, and it's going to come back to you. And I believe that wholeheartedly. My father was diagnosed with cancer, and he went into remission. And then after remission, the cancer came back, and it came back very hard. And at that point is when I felt very helpless, where I was just like, damn, our relationship too was just in another space. I grew up in New York with my aunt. So I wasn't in the home with him. And just all of these feelings started to come into play, and I felt like I had no control, and I really needed the help. So I looked into therapy, and that's when I started my journey there. It helped for what it was. It was a lot of grieving because he did pass away in the midst of me going to therapy 6 months later, actually. And then from there, though, I transitioned. A lot of people think that therapy is an easy thing to get into, or when you hear people telling you oh, try therapy, finding the right therapist for what you need in that moment is a task. So you have to really be committed to that. A short while after, I had moved out of my family home, and, I was living in my own apartment, and I thought I had all the things that I wanted to make me feel great, but I was still very unhappy. I was feeling guilty for being able to do what I have done. I was feeling like survivor's remorse too, because, I grew apart from my siblings. So the things that I have been able to acclaim for myself, I felt guilty for it. And not even just because of sibling situation, but my parents, whatever the situation was, I just felt survivor's remorse, and I wanted to be happy with the things that I've been able to do and been able to enjoy them. So I looked into therapy again, found a new therapist that I'm still with to this day. And that was more to kind of go within, find joy within. My confidence building has been taking me to new rooms. It's been allowing other people to see me differently too, because I'm able to shine in my own right. I'm not making myself smaller in the light of other people. I'm really just being myself. And not everybody likes that, but that's okay. As long as I like it, that's all that matters. And it's going to resonate with somebody, and that's all that matters. I'm still on that journey where I'm working through it. Trust me, if you talk to my therapist, she could tell you right now, it's a journey. She got to, them affirmations and all of the things that, she's speaking to me and really helping me work through. It's a journey. It's not easy at all, at all, at all, at all. And a lot of people, they think that the confidence comes with it. I'm able to give it to the world, but it's a different story when those doors are closed. My perspective has shifted. I don't take things as personal as I used to. I allow myself to, if I'm feeling some sort of energy, or if whatever the situation is, that ain't on me. That's why I always show up or try to show up as my best self so that I can sleep at night knowing that it wasn't me, you know? And that's kind of the personal development that came with it. I'm a lot softer. I'm more comfortable in my skin. I could be silly. I'm clumsy. I'm all the things, and I'm okay with it. I'm awkward as fuck. But that's okay because I'm human, and it's like you like it or you don't like it. You don't have to like it. I like it. I like me. I'm learning to love me in such a different way that, the confidence is just growing so much more and so much more beyond what others can see. It's more of a like internal thing. And I just want to stay on that trajectory because I feel like the more that I can get through it internally, the more it's going to shine outwardly. My aunt who raised me, she passed away. She gave me her world necklace before she left this earth. TT. She was my biggest source of love because she poured so much into me. Kids need to be tended to. They need attention. They need to know that you're here, that you're locked in, because in any moment, our vision, our insight can go in so many different places. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're so easily impacted, but she was so attentive. She made sure that I was busy and that there was no time for me to get distracted with anything else. And in the moments where I would even try to push her away to see what she would do, that didn't impact her at all. It was like, girl, please, what's next? And I tested her so much to see what she would do, to see if she would let me go, to see if she would throw me away. And she never did. And that's love for me. You also have to know too when to walk away, but sticking through it is important. We're all so different. We all have different perspectives and different ideas of what things should be. But if you feel like whoever that person is coming from a genuine spirit, then, you got to stick it through sometimes because that's what people need. People need somebody who's going to stand next to them through thick, through thin, through rough, through bad, through hills, valleys, whatever it is. They need to know that somebody believes in their heart. Somebody believes that they, have some sort of light within them. Now, there's a difference between that and people who don't have that, or people who are looking to manipulate, or people who are looking to get their way in other situations. But you got to be able to discern. But I really do believe that everybody needs that. Everybody needs a family. Everybody needs somebody who's going to push them. Everybody needs somebody who's going to say, no, I'm going to walk through this with you. We need people. And that's another thing as to why I lead with love, because I really, really, really feel like that's what we were put on this earth to do. To push each other forward, to be of help, be of service to others, to connect each other to other people, to help each other grow, to be the person who's going to not lie to you in your face and hold you accountable, to be the person to make someone else think deeper. Like, this is what we were put on this place to do, to help each other move forward. So I think it's important to see things through with people until, it's something that doesn't fit you. Not everything is for every season. It's okay for you to be around somebody and for that to be that in that season. And then maybe it doesn't work out after that, or the friendship doesn't stay the same, or the relationship changes because of whatever's happening in that person's life. That's okay. But within the season that you're in with certain people, see it through. Be the best version of you. Straight out of high school, I already knew I wanted radio, I wanted TV, I wanted books, I wanted all of the things. And that's always been what I've been working towards. It's always been a climb, I could say that, but it's something that I've been working towards since I can always remember. And for me, being able to be in a creative space, I come from a Caribbean background. My family is from Haiti. They don't really understand all that kind of creative narcotic. To them, it's like, girl, what? But, with my support system, with my TT, my aunt that I told you guys about earlier, she really fed into my soul where it was just like, girl, if that's what you want to do, just make sure you're the best at it. From young, my first, creative job was in streetwear with Entree Lifestyle. That's a real throwback. I don't know if anybody remembers the misunderstood logo with the bear, but that was my first step into the creative space. And I transitioned into writing for a newspaper in the Bronx, Hunts Point Express. That was my first writing gig. And to me, that's what brought me over to Complex and to Vibe, because I treated that as if it was the New York Times, Anything that I was able to do creatively, I treated it as if it was upper echelon, because who else gets to do it, And I feel like that has been what has brought me to each next thing that I've been able to accomplish. And the journey has been very long. And it is still very long. And I'm still working at it, but I'm just very present in the moment where I'm like, yeah, I did this. I built this. I've been doing this for 10 years plus. And it's paying off in its own right. Life, really, because life has always been happening while I was on this journey. There's been deaths, there's been conflict, there's been, just so many things that impacted me from the outside that I would have thought would have stopped what I've been doing. But nah, when it's in you, it's in you. There is no stopping. Like, even now in this space, there's no going back. There's nothing to go back to. You just got to keep pushing. One obstacle gets in the way, you just got to find a way to climb over it or move around it. That's what life is. Life is about problem solving. And once I realized that, where it's just never going to stop, you just have to be able to have a grip on it. You got to be able to have a grip on yourself. You got to know who you are, what your goal is, so that whatever obstacle comes in the way, you still have your eyes on the prize. You still know what you're reaching towards, so that those obstacles, they're just in the moment and you move past them. Music is such a huge part of everything that I do. And I love that I'm able to enjoy that with others. I love that I'm able to use my voice and give people the energy that I'm feeling inside. I love that I'm able to just be my creative self for a living. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. But I'm able to do it. This is something that I've been working towards and working at for a very long time. Like, this has always been it for me. And to see that it's really translating in different ways, and people are recognizing the work, and they're respecting the work, they're honoring it, and they're affirming the stuff that I do. It feels so good. And I'm really happy to be in a place where I can say that, yeah, this is me through and through. For my entire career, for where I'm at now, my head has been down and I've just been doing the work. I just keep doing the work. I'm doing the work, doing the work. I'm excited to see what's going to come from that and the substance that I've been putting into it, because believe me when I say nothing that I have done has been lighthearted. It has all been like blood, sweat, tears. I put my all into everything that I do. Sometimes I feel like it's a downfall or it's the Virgo in me, but I put my all into everything. And it's like sometimes I don't even realize that I'm doing it because my head is just down and I'm just doing it. But I'm excited to see what's going to come from that and what it's going to leave for others. I'm always really happy when, people say, oh, I watched this and I felt something, or, you're born to do this, or, this made me feel this way, or thank you for saying that, or thank you for making me feel comfortable, or like I can be my true self, So I'm excited to see where all of the work that I've been putting in, because I put in a lot of work. Those who know, they know. I am very serious about everything that I do. And I just can't wait to see where it takes me and what the people get from it. When other people affirm me in that way and they're just like, yo, you just interviewed Morris Chestnut? Yeah, baby, I did. Those are moments. Like, I just came from an event now, and, the people that I love the most, they're just like, man, I'm just so proud of you. Or, you're doing this, you're doing that. Someone I was speaking to the other day was just like, yo, you was hopping the train, interning and doing this and know that. And look at where you are now. And it's like, wow. Because sometimes I don't realize it. I still feel like I'm on that same grind that I was when I first started. That has not changed for me at all. It still all feels the same. And what I noticed and what I've always known too is that the struggles of the hustle, yeah, that's on me. So don't be trying to take my struggles of the hustle. But the struggles of the hustle do not stop ever. No matter what lane that you're in, no matter how far you've gone, there's always going to be struggles within whatever level of the hustle that you're at. Millionaire, billionaire is struggles within that hustle. So, you got to embrace it. That's the fun part. And what I'm realizing now is that this is the fun part of it all, because I'm not going to be able to get this back. There's going to be a time where I'm just too busy, So, yeah, that's the beauty in it. Being present and really just understanding that this moment is once in a lifetime. Do not let what's going on outside impact who you are inside. You got to know yourself. You got to be so confident in yourself, because other people will try to skew that confidence every chance they get. And maybe not even on purpose, but people project what's going on in their lives onto others without even knowing. So you got to know. You got to be protected. You got to hone in on the thing that you love, on the person that you want to be, the light that you see, whatever that is. You got to hold on to that, because there's so many outward sources that are going to try to skew that for you, and not even on purpose. That's just life. But you gotta be grounded to a certain degree so that your focus is there, so you get to the space that you want to get to, so that you feel your best, so that you can go to sleep at night knowing that you tried your best and that things are going to work out for you because you put your all into it. So get grounded, talk to God, be protected. You cannot raw dog life anymore. It's 2025, okay? Do not raw dog life. You need that support. You need the love from the Most High. I don't know who you believe in, what you believe in, but be grounded in something, because that's what's going to take you far. And that's the space that I'm in, and I see no limits now. I'm so excited for what's to come, not only for me, but for my tribe, for the people that I also pour into. I'm moving into different lanes now, and I'm supporting others in different ways where their wins are now my wins, and I'm just really excited about that. I'm excited to see where life goes, not only for me, but for the people that I love. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I feel so much better. I was a little because I don't do all that. I keep a cute face on for everybody. But I feel like this is something that was necessary to say. I feel like a lot of times people don't see or get to hear this side of me, because I like to pull it out of others and kind of, sit from a different perspective. But people need to know that the person that you see smiling all the time and bringing all the energy and whatever the case is, they hurt too. And yeah, but I'm still here, prevailing and growing and shining. So yeah, I feel good. I feel lighter. And that's how I like to leave every room. And that's the energy that I like to give to others. So I am very appreciative of the platform and the energy that you guys welcomed me with. The Palo Santo was already burning when I came in. And anybody who knows me knows that that is my number one, to clear the energy. So I appreciate it in all ways, and happy that I'm here.